She placed the box on the table, wrapped in cheerful paper. He opened it and said 2 words. "It's boring." In that moment, a husband's dismissive reaction, a wife's knowing glance, a gift that should celebrate connection, but instead reveals a chasm. And only a few weeks later, in an altogether different setting, one man walking uphill, sweating, shouting, mocking, losing respect in real time. What links the quiet tension of a birthday living room to the public humiliation of a primetime reality show? In the next 60 seconds, you'll see the moment fans flipped from sympathetic to skeptical, and the moment he realized he couldn't control the narrative. This is the story of Kody Brown, patriarch, reality star, former plural husband, and how 2 seemingly separate incidents reveal one underlying truth about work, respect, time, and presence. But the real climax? It's not the gift, and it's not the mockery. It's what came after, and what the audience decided his actions meant. Let's go back to the gift, then to the challenge, then to the twist. Part 1. We begin in Las Vegas, where Kody Brown built his career in front of cameras. For years, viewers watched his large family, multiple wives, and a patriarchal role curated for primetime. On Sister Wives, he lacked a typical Hollywood trajectory. Instead, he offered something exotic, a polygamist family under a televised roof. Over time, though, cracks emerged. Divorces, family drama, a public identity in flux. According to a recent interview, he said his plural marriage breakdown left him with one goal: rebuilding his confidence. In 2025, at age 56, he accepted a new challenge: submit himself to the grueling no-glamour world of Special Forces, World's Toughest Test, a format where celebrities endure military-style training, humiliation, and exposure. He declared, "I don't care if you love me, I care if you respect me." For a woman viewing audience, this declaration hits a chord. Respect, love, identity, failure. What happens when a man on public display prioritizes respect over love and then falls short? In just a few weeks, the fans who once cheered him would question everything, and the moment it started was unexpected. Kody arrives with his resume of reality TV fame, but no real special ops training. His teammates include Olympians, NFL champions, reality stars used to competition. Early on, he tries to assume leadership, offering motivational speeches, guiding teammates, projecting strength. But cracks appear. Fellow contestants later hinted at friction behind the scenes. One star noted, "Some people would get under your skin. You guys will see that on the show." During a challenge hauling 800 pounds uphill, Kody pushes, he sweats, he shouts. He wants to show he still can do the impossible. What seems like friendly banter soon feels like arrogance, and it doesn't go unnoticed by viewers at home. The moment that altered everything, a group challenge. One recruit falters. Kody nudges. He quips, "Come on, we're not playing dress up." There's a chuckle, but the camera lingers. Online, viewers reacted. Some called his remarks disrespectful and shameless, noting the tense dynamic among recruits. He mistakes obedience for respect. He is getting paid, but still acting like he's rediscovering himself. For women watching, The pattern felt familiar. A man who demands respect but neglects empathy. The audience's sympathy began to shift. The twist is about to land. The very thing he sought becomes the thing he loses. Here's the twist. Kody entered to reclaim respect. What he didn't anticipate was that respect isn't granted for old titles. It must be earned. As the challenges ramped, he stumbled. A fall, a challenge where he froze. A peer overtook him. The camera showed not just his struggle, but the team's reaction, frustration, exasperation, pity. Behind the scenes, the show's instructors exposed what he didn't want to admit, his emotional and mental weaknesses. They found me. It felt like it broke me, he later said. And the audience saw it. The man who said, "I don't care if you love me," suddenly craved acceptance, but now he looked like someone chasing validation through bravado. For the women in America watching, the lesson emerged: it's not about the fight you say you'll win. It's about how you respond when you lose. The public backlash. When the man who asked for respect got something else entirely. The fallout was swift. On Reddit, forums lit up. He wants respect from the very kids he rejected. He thinks if he does some stupid show facing humiliation, that'll make up for his neglect. TV critics weighed in. His image shift on Special Forces looked less heroic pivot and more fragile ego on display. For women viewers who followed his journey on Sister Wives, this narrative felt like déjà vu. Powerful image, vulnerable reality, and the commentary wasn't just about him. It reflected expectations of masculinity, redemption arcs, emotional accountability. In an interview, Kody acknowledged, "The experience was humiliating in such a way that I came home feeling just humble." He may have passed physically through the show's grueling tasks, but the public judged more than his stamina. They judged his sincerity, his past, and his present. What this means for him, for reality TV, and for us. What's the takeaway for you, the woman watching? Respect versus love. Kody's mantra, "I don't care if you love me, I care if you respect me," isn't just a soundbite. It's a lens. But respect must be matched with empathy, authenticity, and accountability. Without those, it rings hollow. If you've ever put on a brave face to prove something to others, or if you've watched someone do it and cringed, share your story below. How did it feel when the strong one cracked? Part 2. We begin in the high-profile world of the popular reality series Sister Wives, where Kody Brown built his image as the patriarch of a large plural family. A reality TV life of cameras, narratives, and public performance. Over the years, Kody's personal and professional life grew intertwined. His brand, his identity, his role as husband, father, camera subject. Meanwhile, Robyn Brown stepped into her role as wife number 4, a modern partner in a complex dynamic. The lap of luxury homes, the shared estates, the fast-paced commitments. But beneath the curated image, tensions simmer, questions of time, questions of priorities. Who gets his hours, his presence, his energy? On an episode sometime back, the birthday laptop gift enters the scene. His wives collectively purchase a high-end laptop for him. He opens it. He calls it boring. She responds, I knew you didn't want it. This exchange aired, and the fans saw it. For many women watching across America, the quiet frustration of giving, of not being seen, of the effort being dismissed, the moment echoed familiar relational patterns. We'll uncover the deeper symbolism behind that laptop. It wasn't about tech. It was about access, time, work, and emotional presence. On the day of the gift, the wives gather, smiles, wrapping, anticipation. He unwraps a sleek laptop. It gleams. It suggests mobility, productivity, maybe new ambitions. But Kody's reaction, flat. He said the gift was boring. Reddit viewers caught the subtext. One commenter wrote, "He said it's a boring gift. I mean, this is a MacBook Pro, right?" Immediately, there's a shift. What should have been gratitude becomes awkward. Robyn says she knew he didn't want one. The message? There are parts of this relationship he does not want to change. There are aspects of her world he does not want to integrate. For the wives and for the audience, this became less about the laptop and more about what the laptop represented. Segmented marriage life, office in one house, presence requested in another, time in one domain, absence in another. We see Kody's work narrative. He claims his time away is because of business. Robyn supports the image, but behind the scenes, other wives feel sidelined. The gift becomes a symbol. Here's your tool to leave the house anytime. Coming in the next segment, the reveal of what Kody really meant by work and how that word carried a weight of avoidance. The mood darkens. In interviews, contestants talk about Kody's absence. Friends of the Brown family whisper about his laptop office at Robyn's house. Reddit users dissect the scene. He didn't want the laptop because then he could work anywhere, which means not where she is. Christine Brown, an ex-wife, reflects in her memoir about being denied similar gestures while Kody lavished Robyn. That historical pattern colors what we're seeing now. What the audience begins to see is this. It's not the laptop, it's the message. The laptop says, "You give me tools to be away." The response, "I give you time to be present." The disconnect is glaring. For women watching, the tension between being physically present and being emotionally engaged, the tension between gifts that symbolize effort and gestures that symbolize absence. The twist is coming. When the laptop moment flips from gift to grievance, when the camera pans, the tone shifts, the audience catches the cue, that's where we land. The big reveal. The laptop wasn't just a laptop. It was an invitation, not to work more, but to roam, away from the house, away from Robyn's children, away from the day-to-day. The day after the gift, cameras show Kody in a home office at Robyn's house, away from the other wives, away from the shared family hub. The laptop gave him mobility, and he used it. What we realize is this. The gift marked a shift in space and time. Boundaries between work and family blurred to advantage one partner. The surprise. The gift enabled absence rather than presence. And ironically, when Kody called the gift boring, it was maybe the only honest moment he had, because what he really meant was, "It changes nothing for me." She meant, "You're already gone." For women watching, this twist hits hard. Sometimes the most practical gesture holds the biggest emotional sting. The twist shows that behind a gift, there may be a renegotiation of value. Stay tuned for the public reaction when the viewers weighed in and the scoreboard changed. When the episode aired, online communities erupted. On Reddit's Art Ear Sisterwives, fans dissected line by line. He receives a MacBook and calls it boring what? Viewers picked up the symbolism. They questioned his priorities, his appreciation, his presence. The narrative shifted from husband gets gift to wife gives gift. Husband dismisses it. Audience sees neglect. For female viewers especially, the scene resonated. The emotional labor of gift-giving, the expectation of acknowledgement, the sting of belittlement, comments poured in. It's not about the laptop, it's the time behind it. Critics also noted the broader pattern. Kody's brand of leadership in his marriage mirrored leadership in his household. Present when convenient, absent when doesn't benefit him. The laptop moment crystallized it. And for Robyn, the public empathy shifted. Some sympathized. Here's a woman who tried a kind gesture and got a shrug. Others questioned. Why keep giving in a system where gestures go unvalued? In the final section, lessons for you, the woman watching, about gifts, value, and presence, and what you should never settle for. So, what's the takeaway for you? The woman watching this? A laptop may open possibilities, but if your time, energy, and presence are diverted, it becomes a symbol of absence. What matters is not just what is given, but how it is received and what it enables. When a tool enables absence, it becomes a weapon of distance. Whether you're in a plural marriage dynamic like this one, or a traditional one for you, the question is, are you being given gestures that reflect your value, or gestures that reflect someone else's priorities? If you've ever felt the gift you gave was dismissed, or you've been on the receiving end of a gesture that masked absence, share your story below. What did it feel like when you realized the present was the placeholder? Back to Kody and Robyn. Their story continues. The laptop episode may have passed, but the ripple effect hasn't. For you watching, don't let the laptop become the metaphor for the distance you deserve better than. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. The scene. A large house, multiple wives, children around, cameras rolling for the long-running reality show, Sister Wives. The year, recent. The occasion, Kody's birthday. Among the presents, a high-end laptop, wrapped and given thoughtfully by his wives. In the interview segment that followed, Robyn admitted, "I knew Kody wouldn't like it." Online, fans paused the clip. A Reddit thread titled, "Mystery Solved. Why didn't Kody like his laptop gift?" exploded with commentary. What happened next matters. The physical gift became a metaphorical marker. The laptop wasn't just a tool. It was a symbol of mobility, of work, of absence, not presence. And here's where we stretch the timeline. Imagine the wrapping paper being torn, the computer being revealed, the expression on Kody's face slight, flat, unmoved. In slow motion, the audience senses the emotional weight. His words, "It's boring." The room's energy dips. Robyn's smile falters. The wives exchange glances off camera. What you're about to see next is the flashback that shows the deeper pattern, how this moment reflected years of distance, of work over relationship, of time spent away. Back in the family archive. When Kody entered the plural marriage world in the early 2000s, he was more present, more engaged. But as the show progressed and the business side of reality TV grew, his time and emotional bandwidth shifted. The laptop gift? At first glance, a kind gesture. At second glance, a dividing line. Cliffhanger. What if that laptop wasn't the problem? It was the symptom. Change the setting entirely. From a birthday living room to a foreign location. Gravel under boots, sweat on brows, the competitive set of special forces, world's toughest test. Kody enters at age 56, seeking respect, seeking a pivot from his public image. Early in the show, he announces, "I don't care if you love me, I care if you respect me." That line lands hard, especially in the context of a man whose family is watching. Castmates later hinted at tension. One contestant, Gia Giudice, said on her podcast, "There were definitely some people that would get under your skin. You guys will see that on the show." For the audience, especially women holding the remote late at night, the vibe shifted. This wasn't just a challenge of physical endurance, it was an emotional test. In slow motion, we replay the uphill haul with 800 pounds, the grimace, the grunt, the moment he stumbles. The camera lingers. One competitor cracks. Kody quips. A murmur behind. He laughs. Others exchange looks. He says something mocking. Viewers reflexively feel the shift, and they tweet, Reddit, comment threads fire. One Reddit user wrote, "Kody's mental gymnastics are pretty fascinating. He thinks we believe his physical endurance wasn't reached. One of these things is not like the other." You'll see the moment the fanbase flipped, and how two separate incidents, the gift and the mockery, now intersect in a bigger story of presence, respect, and emotional priority. But for now, the camera pans, the sweat drops, the self-defense mask cracks. The suspense remains. Will Kody earn the respect he sought, or lose something he didn't even notice he had? Let's pause and reflect. Why does a laptop matter? Why does a mocking comment matter? Because they both point to the same underlying pattern. A man who values control and performance, but may undervalue emotional presence and connection. Going back through the years of sister wives. In the family's legal history, we find Brown v. Booman, the 2016 case in which Kody and his wives challenged Utah's polygamy laws. That legal milestone thrust their personal life into the public realm, where image, respect, and performance became part of the brand. The birthday scene, the laptop, the underwhelming reaction. Robyn's "I knew you wouldn't want it." The viewer sees the pattern. Time away for work, presence in different houses, prioritizing business over home. Reddit posts flagged it. The show is just a series of him skipping moments, then claiming he's busy with work. He says he wants respect, not love. The physical scenes hide the emotional ones. He mocks a vulnerable teammate. Social media erupts, finding it very hard to have sympathy for Kody. For women watching, this becomes relatable. Maybe you've been there, giving time and heart, getting a shrug, watching a partner walk past the gesture and go to the laptop, the meeting, the job. The scene echoes a deeper truth. It's not the big gestures, it's the consistent presence. The big twist, the moment the laptop gift and the mockery collide in one illuminating reveal. And yet, the suspense remains unresolved, because we still don't see what Kody realized. We don't yet see how the audience judged. We don't yet see the emotional payoff. Here's the big twist. The laptop gift and the mocking incident are not separate. They are two sides of the same coin, one domestic, one public. Both revealed that what was at stake for Kody wasn't just respect, it was his presence. In the gift moment, he dismissed the laptop because it represented perhaps another tool to stay away. In the challenge, he sought respect, but his behavior suggested he already assumed power rather than earned vulnerability. What the audience saw was not just a man failing in a show, or a man ungrateful for a gift. They saw a man who undervalued the core connection, the one his wife craved, while continuing to chase external validation. For the women watching, the story becomes yours. The lesson, if the gift says, go away, and the challenge says, I need you to see me, which message do you choose to believe? Kody enters Special Forces to reclaim confidence. He enters a birthday with wives to reaffirm family. But the twist is this. Both environments tell him, and us, what he really needs to face. Not the mountain of 800 pounds or the laptop specs, but the mountain of emotional distance he's built. Coming in the final act, how the public reacted, how it reflected on relationships everywhere, and what you can learn from this story. The moment the birthday episode aired, fan communities lit up. On Reddit's RR Sister Wives, one thread titled, Why Didn't Kody Like His Laptop Gift? Pulled in hundreds of comments. The Special Forces cast reaction? In her podcast, Gia Giudice said, Some people would get under your skin, you guys will see that on the show. Fans assumed she meant Kody. Together, these incidents triggered a shift in his public image. Media outlets reported that Kody had become the butt of the jokes on Special Forces, citing his polygamy history and modeling behavior. The comment threads read like conversation pieces. He values respect but not presence. The gift was fine, but the time behind it was empty. The story became cosmically bigger than one man. It became about what presence means in relationships, about what respect looks like when you live under cameras, and when you live in everyday life. What are the long-term implications? For Kody, this could mark a pivot, from patriarch to case study. For reality TV, a warning. You can craft image, but you cannot craft moments of truth the audience sees. For us, viewer and woman paying attention, the terrain shifts. It's not about a big gesture, it's about living the gesture. In the final act, a call to you, the viewer, a reflection.